Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So the boys have disembarked to their respective club sides after a successful AFCON 2025. Now I wouldn't call it a perfect one because the perfect one would have been to win the trophy to lift the African Cup of Nations and make it the fourth time for the Super Eagles in the history, but that didn't happen. But of course, they took the third place, beating Egypt, which of course we you all know. But I think it's still a success for them, and the boys will be going to their club sites with their heads held high. And I've even started seeing the very warm welcome that these different club sites and the teammates give to our players once they've returned. Talk about Akor Adams and Chidera Ejuke. These guys have returned. Also, Osimhen returned as well to his Galatasaray because I have a game. I have a Champions League game this midweek, so it looks like Gala are trying to make sure that Osimhen is in line to make some sort of appearance. But it's not just him, Ndidi, Paul Nacho, these guys, including Osimhen. As you know, they're playing in the Turkish league, so they left immediately after that match. They actually boarded a private jet together to Turkey. So club activity has already begun for our players, and it's just so nice to see. Some of our players have even hit the ground running immediately. Talk about Akor Adams, who came off the bench yesterday to help Sevilla draw level with Elche after they fell by 2 goals to 0. Akor Adams came in the, I think, 46th minute or thereabout, and then he scored the first goal to bring it to 2-1 in the 75th minute, and then in the 90 plus 3 minutes he scored a penalty to equalize it for them and saved a point for them in La Liga. And this man continues his form, that he brought in AFCON. He was already in form before he was called into the squad to play AFCON, so he has continued that form back at Sevilla, and it's just so good to see the man shining. And then for the Super Eagles team generally, as I said, they did very well, and which is of course what has now been reflected in the FIFA global ranking, because if you look at the latest one that has now been reviewed, you see that Nigeria have moved third in Africa and 26th in the world. That's like 12 places in the world. Initially there used to be around I don't know, 40, 41 or 42 or thereabouts, but 40 something, and right now they've moved to 26th in the world. This is actually a very, very big achievement for the team, a very big achievement for Coach Eric Shaw, very big achievement for Nigerian fans. Also, NFF will be proud of this new review right now from FIFA. And of course, credit just goes to the way that we've been able to show ourselves, represent ourselves in the Nations Cup, where we had a very successful outing. Just to give you the stats, we played 7 games, won 5 of these games against Tunisia, Tanzania, Uganda, Mozambique, Algeria, and then drew 2 against Morocco, and then against Egypt. Both ended 0-0, and then on penalties, Morocco won us in the semis, and then we won Egypt in the third place bet. And the goals that we scored 14 goals, conceded just 4, and then won the bronze medal. So we had a good outing in the Nations Cup, which is what has now reflected in the FIFA World Ranking. And big kudos needs to go to Coach Eric Shaw, which of course is something we've said here before. A lot of Nigerians are proud. Everybody is really proud, even though we didn't carry the cup. I'm seeing all kinds of positive comments and statements from Nigerian fans. They are really happy with the coach, and they want him to continue. And speaking on that, the NFF's boss, the person of Alhaji Ibrahim Gusso, has come out to give a hint that maybe, just maybe, the federation might decide to keep Coach Eric Shaw. According to his statement, he said that they are going to continue to work with him because he had a fantastic, uh, time with the Super Eagles in AFCON. Not just about going as far as winning the third position, but also the way that we played, in the way that he uh, sorted out the issues in the team. Addressed midfield uh, lack of creativity issue and kind of brought that out, and also helped us to defend and attack better. So that's the reason that NFF wants to keep him. But this is the word of the NFF's president said. As the head coach of a hard-working technical crew, Mr. Shell has done exceedingly well within the 1 year he has been with us. He has shown enormous capacity, and we will continue to work with him. So that's the key word here, or that's the key line in the statement. We will continue to work with him. We just hope that this is true and is something that they can actually follow, because we've seen them say one thing and then mean the other thing. Of course, if he stays, it's going to be very, very important for how Super Eagles are going to keep developing. Indeed, he said it before that at this point, what we need is continuity in the team. It's not about hiring coaches and firing them once it feels like the main objective is not gotten, but it's more so about hiring these coaches and giving them the time to try to effect some really important positive development projects for the national team. And he feels that Shell is somebody that has earned that, and he said, a lot of the players are giving testament to the coach's ability to get the best out of them, to demand so much from them, and get the best out of them. I've seen a lot of players say that. Indeed, they talk about Iwobi, Osimhen, Lukman. These guys, they talk about the coach's work rate, the way he makes them work hard on the pitch, and also makes them to commit to each other. Just like what we see in the Super Eagles game. Nobody's forming a big boy. Nobody's too big to mark. Nobody's too big to do the work on the pitch. So everybody is humble and they work for themselves, as a unit. So it's not easy for a coach to be able to get that out of his players, especially when you have big ego players that have won a lot, and they feel that they should earn, or they should have earned some kind of what's it called, immunity from doing the dirty work or something like that. But no, that's not the feeling. That's not what this coach has brought. The coach has brought humility and the desire for all the players to work for each other on the pitch. So why not? We have to keep this man going forward. But of course, the Nations Cup has ended, and what a way! What I mean, it couldn't have ended in a more dramatic, in a more catastrophic way. The way that we saw it end. Morocco, we thought that they were going to win it. We saw how it's been all through, even before the final, how they've been getting advantages here and there, and then in the final, the same thing happened. And the top of it, or the height of it, was the referee awarding a penalty in the I think 90 plus 8 minutes. That was basically like the final kick of the match. And awarded the penalty, which was very, very contentious. It was very, very controversial. Shouldn't have been given a penalty in my own opinion. But that penalty was given, and then the big moment came for the man, Brahim Diaz, who of course had been having a fantastic spell, up until that period. He had scored 5 goals. He was just looking for icing on the cake, his 6th goal for that tournament, and probably end as the best player of the tournament and also the highest goal scorer. But then he stepped up and he tried to do a panenka on that one, and Benjamin the goalkeeper, the former goalkeeper of Chelsea and the current first choice of the Senegalese side, didn't even move. He just stood his ground and then caught the Panenka very easily. And there were a lot of, uh, divided opinions on social media. Some people are saying this game was so. It was a big contentious moment. A lot of people felt that that match was sold. That penalty was sold. It was staged. But I mean, I've listened to the reactions after that game from Diaz, from Mendy, and none of these reactions, you know, have hinted that it was staged. Mendy said, I mean, how could you even expect that to be saved? When Diaz have had the opportunity to score a goal that wins them the tournament that they've not won in over 30 years. I think the last time was in 1976. Then how do you even expect that to be sold, or how would they even want to sell the match? So it doesn't make any sense. And I agree, of course, but he missed it, and then they went into penalty. But again, before the penalty was even played, when it was awarded, the Senegalese side, their coach told them to walk out of the pitch. I'm sure you guys already uh, heard of these stories and seen them all over social media. But again, it was very dramatic. The Senegalese coach told them to walk off the pitch. They were about to abandon that match. But the person that saved the match for them was Saudi Mane, who later told them to come back. He told them to come back so that they will finish the match. No matter what happens, they have to come back and finish the match. But after the game, Saudi came out and said that it was Claude Leroy, their former coach, who told him that he should go back to the pitch. Mane said that he asked him, "Coach, if you were the one in this position, what would you do?" And the legendary coach told him that if he was the one, he would go back and finish the game. That you never know what might happen at the end. So that was exactly what Mane did. He told his boys, his players, to come back onto the pitch, that they have to finish the game. They have to finish the game no matter what happens. And as God may have it, that penalty was caught, and then they went on to win by scoring one goal in the extra time and took the trophy. So that was how it ended the AFCON 2025. Honestly, not a great tournament in my own estimation. It was, I think it will go down as one of the worst hosted tournament in terms of the officiating. Don't get me wrong, the tournament was really good. It was really fantastic in terms of the infrastructure, the technology. Morocco really tried a lot. They spent a lot of money, and we saw that in the quality of the pitches, the technology, and all of that. But in terms of officiating, I think this is probably one of the worst AFCONs that we have seen in a long time. But again, that's the update for now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, will be looking out for our players as they represent their club sides in midweek Champions League, and also in the weekend with their respective league games.